to introduce myself again, that I'm Gabrielle DiDomenico. I'm a project coordinator at Seven Valleys Health Coalition in the Cortland area. And before we get to sort of the state of the state session, I just wanted to share a brief history of the New York Food Rescue Network in hopes to provide some context for this event. So in 2019, you can advance that. Thank you, Anna. In 2019, Seven Valleys Health Coalition was awarded a planning grant to begin sort of like a feasibility study on the possibility of starting a food rescue in Cortland County. But once the pandemic hit in 2020, due to the need that we saw in our area, we moved from researching about starting a food rescue right into actually doing the work. And Seven Valleys Food Rescue was born. We often joke that that time was like building a rocket ship as we flew it. It was intense. The first year of Food Rescue, we had the chance to participate in some of the larger community events to help prevent waste and food loss. Two examples of those was really a very large dairy giveaway that we were part of. That was sort of during that dairy dumping season of time in the pandemic. And then also a very large greens rescue, like salad greens, in connection with a regional grocery stores turning away some standing orders. In 2021, we fell a little bit more into rhythm about food rescue in our area, but we are still feeling pretty inexperienced, definitely overwhelmed. We lacked physical space. We didn't have that. And we also felt a bit isolated to boot. At that point, we were members of Food Rescue Alliance. It's a national support organization for food rescue programs, and we loved our interactions and learnings there, but felt it wasn't specific enough to the challenges New York was facing, as they were pretty unique compared to the rest of the nation during that lockdown time. And just a shout out to FRA, who's been so supportive and wonderful to us from the start. So sort of with that mind of feeling isolated and wondering what's going on in our specific area, we began to research who in the state was doing similar work. And at that time, we were familiar with our neighbor, Friendship Donation Network in the Ithaca area. And that was really wonderful. Shout out to Megan from there, but not much else. And so we did some pokes around the internet, and we came up with a list of programs that were similar to ours and reached out to them and said, hey, would you be interested in having a meeting to sort of talk through current challenges around food rescue that they were experiencing, and we were as well? And so that initial meeting was so helpful to those who joined that we decided to meet regularly. And we've been on a bi-monthly meeting schedule for about the past 2 years to learn and support each other in the good work around food recovery in New York. So sort of now we're up to date, and we're in 2023, and Seven Valleys additionally received a small grant award to help support the efforts of this conference. Woohoo! And put a little fire under our bums to get more official with a logo and a web page. So as you can see, just to provide some context there, we're a relatively new network, but we're happy to be a connecting point for those doing the work in food recovery field in New York State. And I just want to say a special thank you to those organizations that have joined us regularly for meetings and have helped support what you're going to experience here today. And so thank you so much to those, to our members. Thank you for letting me share a little bit about our hardworking group. We welcome folks who are working sort of at that nexus of food recovery and food insecurity in New York to join our next meeting in January 2024. So Avery will be putting some additional information in that chat box about our group, and I really encourage you to email me if you have any questions or desire to be put on that meeting email list. We welcome new members in the new year. And I think with that said, let's get things underway and jump into our keynote session.